What's good with your team, Tommy? Today we got 4 crazy stories that prove Larry Bird is the toughest player in NBA history. Now, when we talk about the history of the NBA, we're talking about the span of over 100 years. I think. Don't quote me on that, Team Tommy. I'm not too sure when the NBA was created. But basketball has been here for years. Yeah, no, that was lax. Lacrosse was played by the Native Americans. But I know for a fact. Basketball has been here for a grip because all you gotta do is put a ball into a basket, and they've definitely been doing that for a grip. But when we hear the toughest players, we think of players like Kobe. We think of MJ. I mean, we honestly, do we really think about Kobe? I'm only saying that because he's right here on the screen. We do think about MJ though, because bro, he used to get hit. He used to get spanked around by Bill Laimbeer. He used to just get tossed like a little rag doll. But we think of players like I'm gonna keep it a stat, bro. When I think of a player just getting, Reggie Miller. We think of Reggie Miller. Low key. I remember him getting beat up a little bit. Who else? But I mean, those are really like the only two that I can think of off the top of my head. I can't lie. Like I know other people were obviously getting slapped around, but like then there's Larry Bird. Team Tommy, I appreciate all the comments you guys leave in my comment section because not only are you helping me learn more, but above all that, you guys are helping make a case for Larry to be my GOAT. And I mean, granted, when I do, but I can't stress this enough. When I do go back and rewatch the Michael Jordan highlights or see anything about Michael Jordan, it's kind of like, damn, he might be the GOAT. But when I hear and when we learn more about Larry Bird, it's like, bro, maybe he wasn't as flashy as a Magic or MJ. Maybe he didn't have as much, how could you say, star power compared to like an MJ. But bro, like he's definitely arguably the guy. But Team Tommy, we're not about to just keep going on tangents. We're not about to just keep yapping. Big yapper Tommy. We're just gonna get into the video. Shout out Dom2K. If you guys want to watch the original one, go to his channel. It's Dom2K.
Stories about Kobe Bryant, and most of us have actually seen with our own eyes how incredibly tough the guy was, trying to play on a freshly sprained ankle to will the Lakers to the playoffs.
Okay, so he was one of the toughest
with a fractured finger. He's got a great case for being the toughest player in NBA history. But then there's Larry Bird, and many people don't know it, but he might have been equally as tough, if not tougher than Kobe Bryant when it came to pain tolerance.
Dang.
Bird was such a warrior that he often didn't even like to let the team staff know he was hurt. That is until later in his career when his back had deteriorated to an unbearable point. And because Bird was such a warrior, today I want to tell you guys 4 crazy stories about Larry Bird's insane level of toughness. What's up NBA fans, Dom2K on the mic, and you've probably seen the shots of Larry Bird torturing himself later in his career when his back was
my bad. Not too much on topic.
4 crazy stories about Larry Bird's insane level of toughness.
Don't lay like
What's
this.
Up, NBA?
Don't lay like this. Don't lay like this. This will kill your back. Laying on your stomach will kill your back. I'm telling you. So for like the past year, maybe now, or like almost a year, I've only been laying. Really, you're supposed to only sleep on the right side of your body, and that's because like the way your organs sit inside of your stomach and like just inside of like this whole frame, it's better for you to sleep on the right side. Now you can sleep on the left side obviously, and you can sleep on your back, but like Team Tommy, never lay like this just kills your back, man. Kills your back. So I've only been laying. Now every once in a while I will like lay on my left side. I will accidentally like creep over a little bit. That's just because my whole life I've been sleeping on my stomach. But if you only lay on your back and only lay on your right side, it will help out your back immensely, Team Tommy. immensely.
Fans, Dom 2K on the mic, and you've probably seen the shots of Larry Bird torturing himself later in his career when his back was forcing him into retirement, but you might not know what allowed him to deal with that pain in the first place. It turns out Larry was dealing with physical ailments even before he entered the league. Before he'd ever played a game with the Celtics, he actually had his knuckle shattered by a baseball that put his professional career in jeopardy. But because he's Larry Bird and Larry Bird is from a different planet, he was able to put together a top 10 NBA career despite not ever having the same shooting touch before he shattered his knuckle.
Bro, shattered his knuckle and he still shot 50%. Would he have shot 60%? I guess we'll never know, but wow.
Wrap your mind around that for a second. Larry Bird accomplished everything he did in his career, and he said out of his own mouth that he never had the same feel for the basketball after the knuckle injury.
Damn.
But as it turns out, that's just an appetizer compared to what he'd endured throughout his career. Let's jump into it.
That pass was crazy.
Number 4, hole in the face. I figured we'd start off with something crazy we've seen before. Remember when Russell Westbrook fell down after his free throw and got a hole kicked in his jaw? Yeah, that left a lot of us wondering if Westbrook was actually Android a human because he got up, moved his mouth around a little bit, and finished up what was left of the game. Luckily for him, that was only about 1 second of game time. However, it turns out that 33 years earlier, Larry Bird actually had already accomplished this superhuman feat, and surprisingly, he did Westbrook one better. I originally thought there wasn't footage of this on YouTube, but I'm so thankful there was because you need to witness how brutal this was. In a 1982 game against the Milwaukee Bucks, Larry Bird drove left to the basket and tried to make it a routine jump shot. It clanked off the rim, Bird went up to rebound his own miss, and was violently elbowed by power forward Harvey Catchings. Where Westbrook's injury was an accident by his own teammate that didn't even look too bad initially, it's a bit difficult to look at this footage and say it wasn't on purpose, and you actually cringe a bit when you see how hard the shot was. The elbow practically knocked Bird out and left him lying on the floor for several minutes as he looked seriously injured. From what I can tell in the tape, the injury appeared to happen before the end of the third quarter because Larry Bird went back to the locker room and came back out before the period had ended. In the fourth quarter, playing with what we now know was a fractured zygotic arch, Bird would score 8 more points including a poster dunk, 2 assists, adding some defense and hustle plays as he was even shoved out of bounds during one of the possessions. His efforts led the Celtics to a narrow win as he finished with 16 points, meaning he scored half of them with a fractured arch in crunch time.
Damn.
And even though we can't see it on the grainy 80s
Team Tommy, we like a physical game and we like physical basketball, but like, bro, this is OD, bro. You gotta fracture somebody's jaw to try to win. I mean, I know the times were different back then, but like, bro, that's not like, bro, okay. This is the thing though. I mean, I guess you can't all the way control it. If somebody about to drop 50 points on me, you gotta punch him in the stomach or something. Like, bro, you gotta do something to stop it. You gotta throw him down a little bit. No, like this is a grown man's paint. This is a real paint. But like, bro, fracturing somebody's jaw, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool. Team Tommy, I don't know if you guys, oh, wrong side. I don't know if you guys can see. He's right here. When I was in high school, I was playing water basketball, and you guys have a Lifetime Fitness. We had a basketball hoop like in our pool. They took it away because kids would wild out too much. But we're playing water basketball, and it started getting a little competitive. I can't lie. It was getting very competitive, and one of my friends went up for a dunk. When he went up like this, now granted, I'm a solid 5'10", 5'11". He's a solid, I think he's like 6'3" now. So like, my head was like kind of by his shoulder, like he was trying to like back me down, pause, in the water and go up for a dunk. But that's all we were doing in water basketball. We literally just back each other down, pause, and then dunk. But he went up, and when he went up like that, his shoulder went straight into my cheek, and my tooth went through. Now granted, it's been a few years, so like it's definitely looking a lot better. But like, if you guys ever see like this scar right here, that's because my tooth went through my lip. Like, went all the way through. Now, granted, we had to finish the water basketball game, and it's not like I went to the hospital or anything. This is all just Tommy healing. This is all from the grace of God. But, like, yeah, man.
footage, Bird's jaw was depressed inward the same way Westbrook's was. After Larry left his heart on the floor for his team, he was sent to the hospital where doctors had to drill a hole into the side of his face and insert a medical tool to pop his zygotic arch back out. If social media had been around with clear footage back in these days, this performance would probably be a lot more famous. We were shocked to see Westbrook standing on his own with a hole in his face. Imagine watching Larry Bird play an entire extra quarter while leading his team to the win. Number 3. Just give me a beer. It's understandable that Larry dealt with injuries like back problems and broken bones in the face. Those things just tend to happen when you're crashing into the floor and whatnot. But when Larry Bird had a toe infection, it really seemed like somebody was just testing how much he could take before he finally sat out a game. In the year 1985, Bird reportedly had a serious pain going on in his toe for 3 weeks that he played on, and he wouldn't bother to get it checked out because, again, he didn't like to let anybody know he was hurt. Finally, he let the doctor look at his foot, to which it would be found that Bird had a toe infection that would require his toe to be cut so the infection could drain. The doctor insisted that Bird take a shot of Novocaine to ease the pain because the infection was actually between his toes, which was obviously going to hurt a lot. And then Bird responded, "Just give me one of those beers over there." So he used that as his pain medication. The doctor cut 2.
Bro, it's different from being tough and being a sped, bro. Oh, bro, I don't care, bro. I don't care. Yeah, this is a good story about his toughness, but bro, give me the Novocaine, bro. Like, oh, bro. And not even just that, bro. You want to be so tough that you just let an infection grow on your toe, bro. Come on, man. Like, bro, it's okay to get help. It's okay to go to the doctor. It's not a problem, Team Tommy.
2.5 inches into his toe to let the infection drain, Larry wrapped up the foot and played the exact same night.
Damn.
Unfortunately, I can't find any kind of information on when this game was, who it was against, or anything like that. I can't even see how he performed. But when he got done with the game, the wrap was obviously soaked in blood, and he was in considerable pain during the game. If it's anything like the other ridiculous games Bird had after some kind of injury that should have had him sitting for days, it's safe to say he performed well. But the fact that he played with a 2.5 inch cut into his toe with no pain meds is impressive enough for me. Number 2. Double vision. A lot of people can't even shoot when there's just one basket sitting still, so imagine trying to play in a professional game when you fractured your eye orbiter and you're seeing 2 baskets. Now the injury itself sounds pretty comparable to what Derrick Rose had not too long ago, the difference here being that Rose got hurt before the season and was able to get his problems to a manageable point before playing in a real game. Bird, however, would not be so lucky. In a 1988 game against the Cavaliers, Bird was on fire, having scored 13 points in the first quarter, but when he spun away from Craig Elo with a clear lane to the basket, Del Curry of all people would rotate and hit Bird with a violent elbow to the side of his face.
No, that one looked bad.
Before Del was raising the greatest shooter of all time, he was apparently trying to take out the best one of his generation. Anyways, Bird sustained a fractured eye orbiter that again kept him on the floor for minutes. He went on to the locker room for treatment, came back.
No, he went straight up with the elbow.
Earlier. Only this time he would score 18 more points to put the finishing
Somebody
touches.
gotta grab the strap. Somebody gotta grab the strap. You guys know what's that one basketball movie called? It's called bro, I forget what it's called. Was it White Man Can't Jump? Nah, bro, it's the dude. The dude played in Paid in Full, I think. Bro, hold on. Where I found the jersey, but I didn't find the movie. Isn't that funny? It is damn. Bro, Team Tommy. Look, this is how you know I don't watch videos before, or I don't like found it. This is how you know this is just all off the dome. Like I'm not Not cheating. I'm not cheating my reactions. It's this. Can you guys see it, Team Tommy? Above the rim. Damn. That's not. I was trying to get the picture. Grab the strap. Somebody grab the strap. I don't know. Damn. You guys know what I'm trying to pull up. Somebody grab the strap. That's how I would have had to come back. Because, like, bro, ain't no way you about to just go straight up with the elbow and not get any type of repercussions, bro. I need the whole bench to clear. Whole bench got to clear. We all got to whoop this dude Dale Curry's ass. Like, bro, there's no way you're about to just go straight up with a blatant elbow and not get any type of reaction from me, Team Tommy. Bro, we're it's going. Meet me in the club. It's going down on some young Jock. Like, bro, we're coming back, and I'm whooping. Like,
on a 31-point game,
bro.
that included 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals on 11 of 20 shooting. But the stats weren't even the most impressive part. According to Larry, he played the rest of this game with double vision, and as he described it, he saw 2 baskets for the rest of the game, leaving him to guess which one he had to shoot at.
Damn.
But that's not the best part either. Not only did
Still
he light
shot
Cleveland
50%.
up, but we know double vision doesn't go away after one game. As we've already established, if there was any other option than to sit a game out, that's what Bird was going to do.
54 points in the second
He ended up
quarter.
playing 4 more games with goggles that I'm not even sure anybody really knew he wore. And in those games, he scored 36, 30, 28, and 34 points.
Damn.
In typical Larry Bird fashion, he shot a staggering 55% from the field with that. Violent elbow, fractured eye orbiter, goggles, elite scoring, hitting on over half of his field goal attempts. Again, he's Larry Bird, and Larry Bird is from another planet. Just to add some gore to the story, apparently after the
That
Cleveland
block
game
was
where he
crazy.
initially broke the orbiter, he noticed his nose bleeding after the game. He went to blow it, and his eye bulged out a bit.
Damn.
That's a typical day in the life of Larry Bird, I guess. Number 1, Celtic Pride.
Stop laying like that, Larry.
You hear all this talk about Celtic Pride anytime we speak about their history, and Larry Bird contributed in big part to that as his career was wrapping up. Possibly the most famous scene from the ending of his career is the one we've all seen. Larry was diving for a loose ball, goes crashing to the floor as his head bangs against it violently, and he just lays there as if his body couldn't take it anymore. Truth be told, it really couldn't. Bird was dealing with insane back issues by this point in his career, and it was through sheer determination that he was even playing by this point. However, the story behind this scene is that not only was Bird's back locking up on him, but the shot he took to the head actually knocked him unconscious for a second and left him with a concussion that threatened to keep him out of the rest of an elimination game 5 against the Pacers. By this point, Larry was 34 years old and had missed 22 games throughout the season, and his best days had been stripped
That's
from
a
him by
crazy
ever
picture.
deteriorating back. He sat in the locker room debating whether to go back into the game as Boston had lost their edge without him, and most of the way through the third quarter, the advantage was with the Pacers. When Larry asked the doctor for advice, he said he should be done for the day, but by this point, we all know Larry just wasn't built like that. He was still breathing, so he went back into the game with the Celtics down by 3, while they were being cracked over the head by Chuck Persons, I might add. With Bird back in the game, Boston would go on a ridiculous 33-14 run and went on to win the game by 3 points, sending the Pacers home for the playoffs. Bird finished with 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists while shooting 63% from the field. But again, that's not the most shocking part of this story. According to teammates like Robert Parrish, when Bird hit the floor, they weren't sure he was ever going to play again. Remember that this happened at the end of Bird's career, and after back surgeries and having to lay in a fiberglass brace for hours just to be well enough to play, some thought that the fall he took meant the end of his career. And it probably would have been if Larry Bird was from Earth, but instead he went out and put up one of the most memorable playoff performances of all time, the kind of performance that really makes you sad that his career was really cut short by injury. So there you have it. These were 4 crazy stories that prove Larry Bird was likely the toughest player of all time. The crazy part about it, after reading the book he wrote with Magic Johnson and researching a little bit, I could have easily told 10 or more. The truth that people don't really talk about in terms of Larry is that despite his amazing career, it was truly only a shell of what he could have been. As early as 1985, only 6 years into Larry Bird's career, he was already experiencing back issues that resulted from him doing concrete work around his house that he could have paid someone else to do. But that's just who Larry was, an incredibly hard worker that prided himself on being the same type of soldier his father was. Larry cherishes the story about his father when he came home one day from work and had a busted ankle. The next day, the ankle was so bad that Larry had to help him put the shoe on, and his father went right back to work. It was the kind of example that led Larry to play through the ridiculous pain he began to experience really only a short way into his career.
Oh!
Bird played a total of 13 of the most memorable
Nah.
seasons any NBA player could
Oh,
produce.
we got to
But
scrap
imagine
after
one
that.
of our modern stars only lasting 13 years. LeBron is already on his 14th campaign, Durant is already on his 10th, but what if those guys only
So
played the 13,
this video was
though?
made a long time
That's
ago.
just for perspective of what a flash Bird's career really was. And we're lucky that for that short amount of time, he had the high pain tolerance that he did, because if he was actually human and sat out those games that anybody else would have sat out, we would have likely seen even less of him. So in conclusion, I think Bird is proof that there is life outside of Earth, and we really aren't alone. Somewhere out there is the planet Larry Bird came from, where there's extraterrestrial life that apparently doesn't feel any type of pain. Shatter their face, knock them out, just give them a few minutes and they're right back on their feet ready to play.
So good,
and
bro.
if they're generous enough, maybe they're gonna send another one like Larry to Earth to play in the NBA in the future. But if that doesn't happen, I'm very happy that Larry Bird was a part of NBA history. So I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you learned something. Leave your favorite Larry Bird story in the comment section, because I'm pretty sure you guys have some. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell next to my name if you want notifications on my video. I'm Dom2K, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
That was a good recommendation, Team Tommy. I appreciate you guys. I mean, obviously, this is only 4 stories, so if you guys have any other stories, leave it in my comments. You guys tend to leave some really good comments on my videos regarding Larry Bird, regarding Michael Jackson. I was about to say Michael Jackson. Oh, Michael Jordan. Oh. Bro, I can't lie, man. Like, the whole second half of the video, in the back of my head, I was just thinking, bro, what if they... So, I started lifting in, like, the 7th or 8th grade. And that definitely helped me a whole lot, like in just like what I used to do with like sports and stuff like that. But imagine if somebody like Larry Bird was in the gym 24/7, not like shooting gym, but like if he was like actually like if he was lifting, if he was getting the type of nutrition and type of stuff that like LeBron gets, KD gets. Bro, did you guys see the size of KD before he even went into the NBA? Bro, the size of Giannis. Oh my gosh. No, if you go and look at the size of Giannis, honestly, let me just pull it up. Bro, Giannis, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, they had to have put 100 pounds on him. They had to have put 100 pounds on him. Okay, I think that this is just about to show like... Bro, look at this, bro. Look at this, man. Bro, this is a great picture. But this is literally him like going into the NBA. I mean, bro. And that, bro, that's not even a good picture of him. We need Giannis Antetokounmpo now. Bro. Dog. I mean, bro. Imagine if Larry Bird was getting something like this. I mean, we live in a completely different age today. It's a completely different age. I mean, imagine another 20 years. It's going to be crazy. I can't lie to Team Tommy. This is going to be crazy because, like, wow. Well, Team Tommy, this was a fantastic recommendation. I appreciate you guys recommending videos because you guys not only are teaching me more, but again, you're making a case for him to be my GOAT. Now, we're not about to get on a whole nother tangent. Oh, ADHD Tommy. Well, Team Tommy, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Love, peace, and chicken grease.